Hey guys, Bruce 51 NAPCO. I haven't been on for a while. My stepdaughter and her fiance, the one that was in the Marines, they moved this last weekend. So we've been helping them get all their stuff organized and everything. And had to pack the U-Haul and everything, so they're gone. So that's why I haven't been on here. And so now I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this thing. I need to take these tires back off, and I've got some Camber Shims that I made that are what part of the issue is. I'm trying to line it up here. Let me see here to give you guys an idea. This is exaggerated because of how I have it jacked up, but if you can see, the front tire has negative camber right now, and it should have just a smidge of positive. When I first rebuilt the NAPCO front axle, it actually has a whole bunch of camber built into it, about probably 4 or 5 degrees, a lot. So what I was trying to do is modify it a little bit with some shims, circular shims that go behind the spindles, and make it closer to 0 degrees. That way it doesn't wear these tires out unbelievably fast. And that's how modern trucks are set up anyway. They're damn near 0 degrees. I think they're a quarter degree to a degree or something like that. I'll have to look it back up again, just to see what the consensus is for most straight axle trucks that I can find, because this is a one-of-a-kind thing, so I'm just hitting and missing as I go, and I'm going to try to get it dialed in as close as I can. So anyway, I got to pop the tires off, pop the brakes off, I believe, to get back to the shims that I put on. It's basically 6 bolts that hold the spindle onto the knuckles, and that shim that I made is a circular shim that goes in between the spindle and the knuckles. So that's what I've got to dig into. Anyway, I'll pop back in when I'm farther along. Okay, I just wanted to show you a little more of the NAPCO stuff. It's actually not very unique. The hub is unique because it's 4-wheel drive. It's got regular Timken. I put in tapered roller bearings. It had barrel bearings in it originally, and I upgraded them to, I measured them all out and everything, and upgraded them to tapered roller bearings because they're more modern and they're better bearings. Better way to do it. Hang on. Okay, and then the brakes are your standard Bendix brakes. There's 2 different types that are used on Advanced Design Series trucks. 47 to 49, I believe, used Huck style brakes, which are the older style, and they operate a little differently. This is a newer, modern style, Bendix style brakes. It's got 1 master cylinder, or slave cylinder, same size, both sides. They both press out evenly. A unique thing about this, because it's a NAPCO, and this is a NAPCO front end, if you can see right here, there's a weld. And over on this side, there's a weld also. They filled this in. On the rear ends, when this is a rear end, that actually fit into little slots on the end of the axle housing. And but they welded them all up, and also down here you can see welded up, kind of, is the emergency brake hole that they welded up too. So those are unique things to this design for the NAPCO. Oh yeah, they had to weld these up. They put beads of weld in on the other side too to machine this round circular surface. Anyway, these are the studs that go into the knuckles, and they're just bolted on here or nutted on. So I need to take those off, take the whole brake backing plate and brakes off, and then I will be at I believe, yes, that's where the shim is. So anyway, let me keep digging in there here. Okay, took the brake backing plate off, and this is a little thing that was in there originally with the NAPCO stuff too. I think it went like that. Anyway, then that all bolts, that bolts on, and then it bolts the spindle on. So I'm taking the spindle off right now. Okay, there's the NAPCO spindle. And then this, I'll pull it out to let you guys see it. This, and I've greased the shit out of it, this is the Rezepa joint. Designed by, I think his name was Johann Rezepa? I believe. Anyway, so this is the shim that I made. I had to tweak the bolt holes a little bit. But anyway, this is why it's so far off. But also, I think this is going to be why it will run good on the road modern. Okay. So anyway, you can see it's goobered up, but if you see, it's a lot thinner on the, it goes down to damn near nothing on the top, and then it tapers down to, and it's about, I'd say this one's probably 4 degrees right now, and I need only 2 degrees. So I need to sit this on the table and sand and just, you know, slowly but surely work it down by hand. Because that's the only way that I can do it. I don't have any other machining capabilities here at home, so I just have to do it by hand. Anyway, this is the shim that I made, and this is the shims that I have to modify to bring my camber to 0. Because right now, as you see, the thickness is on the bottom, and the camber is too far negative, which means the bottom of the wheels are sticking out too much because this is too thick. So that's what I need to do. So I'll bring you back when I'm at another point. Okay, I put it all back together. I'm trying to show you how it's lined up as best I can with the other tire. So it's pretty close. I'm thinking that it's, if anything, I need to do it just a smidge more. Anyway, I think it's time to take it out for another test drive and see what happens. Okay, went on a test drive, and there is a definite improvement again. The problem that I have now is a fuel issue. And what I did is I drove it up the street here about, I don't know, quarter mile, I guess. Then there's another street that goes left that way, about half a mile, maybe, quarter mile. And then you make a right, and about a quarter mile there's a gas station. And so I had a friend come over, and I drove behind her to the gas station because Jamie's at work, just for like a safety thing, because I was running out of gas, and sure enough, I ran out of gas. But I'm not quite sure if it's completely just out of gas, because it's not staying running now, and it's not staying running good at all. So I'm thinking maybe there's a bunch of muck in there still, because I've already cleaned it out once, and there was a bunch of sediment in the it's not a gascolator, but it's a glass filter. Anyway, so now I have to play with the fuel system some more. But when I was driving, it did not caster at all. And I think I probably got it up to probably 40, maybe even 45 when it died. And I think at one point or two, it got right to the bitter edge of wanting to try to cast her, but it didn't. So I think I'm almost dialed in well enough to be able to drive it down to the alignment shop. And also, if I can get this thing running, I want to take it to a car show Sunday. So, but anyway, that's basically where we're at. Now I've got a fuel issue. And I still have steering problems or alignment problems, but I think that fixing that one camber on that driver's side front tire, and if you can see right here, I mean, not very well, but it looks perfectly perpendicular to the ground, just like the rear tires do. So it looks a lot better than it did. Still might be 1 degree negative, and it was about 2. So I think if I can, I need to take it all back apart again, hand file down that shim a little bit more, take about another degree out of it, and also take the right one apart, and that has about a 1/2 degree I could probably take out of it, and then they should be both at 0 or very close. But before I do that, if I can get this thing running well, I want to take it to an alignment shop to find out what the exact specs are on it, and then I'll go ahead and fix it. Anyway, that's where I'm at this point, and give you guys an update probably here real soon. Probably an update after I take it to the show, or if I get it to the show.